Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a good weekend. We're obviously missing John today. He is out golfing with one of our clients, Eat Clean Bro, today. So I'm a little jealous, not going to lie, because the weather is finally gorgeous here in New Jersey. It's started out with 60 degrees, then it gets to 80 degrees. It's my kind of weather. And it also kind of feels like fall, which is crazy to think about because it's still only August, but a lot of brands are also starting to push fall. I went to the grocery store this weekend and there is an entire display of fall coffee creamers already for any pumpkin spice latte lovers out there. They had every variation of pumpkin spice creamers and milk and anything that you would need for the fall. So really exciting. And I'm not going to lie, even though it is August, I'm not trying to push the summer away, but I definitely am ready for some pumpkin spice everything in my life. Let me just check this. See, with just me, I got to multitask a ton without John. We should be good now. All right. I'm going to kick today off with talking about Vine's potential comeback, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure a few weeks ago we were talking about here on Rise and Grind how Vine should come back because it was a vibe. It was so fun. It really was kind of like the TikTok before TikTok was a thing, just a funner version of it. But Musk is saying that he's going to bring back Vine in AI form. So a lot of people are asking, well, what does AI form actually mean? And where is it going to be? Is it going to be its separate app? Is it going to live within X and just help bring more engagement and traction to the platform? Because I feel like a lot of people there right now are there for, politics, opinions, news updates, that sort of thing. So it's going to be really interesting. But then again, some people are saying that it probably won't be its own app because of the amount of engineering effort and the costs associated with it. And there isn't really a clear advertiser demand, which they're still trying to work on with X. They had recently updated where you can pay per size of your ad on the platform. So they're really, really trying to get more people to advertise on X. And so they're probably going to bring that over, the Vine aspect over into X. But then there is also some people saying, well, do you really want an entire feed of just random AI generated videos? Because that's essentially what it's going to be. It'll be something where Musk had said that he wants to create a way for people to create viral videos really, really fast using AI. But it will purely be AI. And so I don't know. I think that a lot of people who are on social media right now are leaning more toward wanting to see authenticity. They want to see what are people's lives actually like. And a lot of people are questioning, is this real or not real? When I go to even if I see something that's just wild and I can't tell if it's AI or not and go to the comments, a lot of people will say like, this is AI, I'm unfollowing. People are unfollowing influencers for using AI in their videos or relying too much on it. So crazy stuff. I hope that they bring back Vine. It'll be really interesting, especially with this whole TikTok debacle of them needing a new buyer. Potentially, there was a rumor that they were going to start a new platform, but they took that back. So a lot is still up in the air when it comes to TikTok and X and Vine as well now, throwing them into the mix. We also have AI summaries for business reviews, which is really interesting because I'm sure everyone out there can relate when you are purchasing on a site, browsing a site, and you're trying to figure out if it's legit or not. I know for me, whenever I am shopping on new websites, I'm constantly checking the reviews to see, is the product good? Is the business itself good? And now, instead of having to go on a rabbit hunt to find all of those different reviews, Chrome is now allowing you to click on, there's going to be an icon on the top left corner of your URL that'll say information. And when you click it, it'll have a drop down now of an AI generated summary of the reviews that you have from Google. So this is really interesting because it's essentially going to scan every review you have on your Google Business profile and then generate a summary that encompasses it all. So it's really important that you're encouraging your customers to leave reviews. But also, if you do have a negative review on there, make sure that you're replying back, showing your own customer service, because something like that could be picked up in these AI summaries. It'll also help a lot of websites to convert better. So this is great, especially if you're running ads to your site. It's almost like a backup. It's almost like going to a store and shopping and then having your friend like tell you like, yes, you should definitely purchase that without having your friend right there with you. So really great stuff. I love how AI is completely transforming the purchasing journey, and it'll just continue to do so as time goes on. All right, but also on the flip side, again, as much as it'll help the conversions on your site, if you are getting negative reviews, it could also really hurt the conversion rate on your site too. It's something that a lot of businesses and brands really need to pay attention to and create a strategy around. If you don't have a review strategy, I would get on it before it starts to be used by everybody, because that's what happens with technology. All right. Let's see here. And YouTube's display of collaborators. This is probably not that new. If you've seen it on Instagram and Instagram and TikTok, where a bunch of influencers or even brands and businesses will collaborate with each other. And it's a great way to get someone else's audience to view your content and vice versa. It's tapping into new audiences, new followers. And now on YouTube, you're going to be able to do the same thing. Different channels will be able to collaborate with other channels to pull in their subscribers. So it'll help increase views. It'll help increase their subscribers on their channels. And I already see a lot of influencers on Instagram doing this and pointing to their YouTube. But on YouTube, you weren't able to add collaborators as easily as you were on Instagram and TikTok. And so you'll be able to see that a lot more now. It's interesting. I'm not sure if it's going to roll out to YouTube Shorts, but for your longer YouTube videos, it definitely will. Mr. Beast is already using this with a lot of the creators that he is already partnering with. All right. And because John's not here, I'm going to be motivational today. Going into this week, I started to really think about just what it means to be a leader and create this culture that's constantly growing. And I really truly believe that as a leader, you can't pretend to know everything, because what happens is you create this environment where nobody wants to speak up, right? And so for us, we're very open with our team of, I don't know everything. I also might say something and it might not be true. And so if you know a factual piece of information, feel free to correct me or teach me something new. And what's happened by having that type of attitude is now we have a team who is constantly helping each other grow. They're constantly teaching me new things, and they feel really empowered to do that. And because they're all learning themselves and teaching each other, we as a company are now growing and adapting to new trends, new technologies, new ways of going about things. And so it's so important to do that. Otherwise, you just get stuck as a business because nobody has a drive to want to learn. They don't want to speak up and maybe correct somebody else. And so you're going to stay really stagnant if you don't create that type of culture. So this week, let your ego down. Make sure that you tell the people around you that you don't know everything and you want to learn from them, and empower them to learn something new this week. All right, this was a short one. We're missing you, John, and we'll see you next week, Monday at 9 a.m.